Greetings and welcome back to JT on the Go. Today we are going to explore the Catalonian Montserrat.
Let's talk about how to get to the base from Barcelona. The fastest and easiest way is by train. Take the R5 to Heart de Montserrat station. I recommend boarding at El Hospital of Carrilet, which sits right in the Barcelona metropolitan area. The route is incredibly scenic. The full trip there and back takes about an hour, and trust me, every minute of it is worth it. And way up that mountain, that is Montserrat, sitting right in the heart of Spain's Catalonia region. There are two ways to get up there. Option 1. Take the R5 to Mostserrat de Montserrat and hop on the train for a jaw-dropping 20-minute ride straight up the hill, ending right at Montserrat. Option 2, which is what we did, take the Heart de Montserrat, a tramway that hands you some of the most stunning aerial views you'll ever see. Think drone footage, but you're actually in it. We chose this, and honestly, best decision we've made all day. The best time to come is in the morning. Heading up, the sun stays behind your back since you're traveling west from the train station. Perfect lighting, no squinting. The ultimate must-see up in Montserrat is the Black Madonna inside the monastery. But is this whole place actually worth a day trip from Barcelona? We're about to find out. These tramways seriously remind me of the Port Vell aerial tramway that glides right over Barcelona's bay. Absolutely stunning. Here's the deal on cost. Visiting Montserrat is reasonable. Return tickets for the RAC Railway or the Heart de Montserrat cable car typically run between €25 and €40 depending on where you're starting from in Barcelona. Getting into the Basilica and seeing the Black Madonna starts at just €8 for basic entry. The Museum of Montserrat is a separate ticket on top of that. You can drive up too, but parking is extremely limited. Don't say I didn't warn you. The tramway ride one way is only about 5 minutes. I highly recommend it not just for the insane views of the mountain, but it is faster than driving or taking the train up. Best times to visit: spring, March through May, or fall, September through October. You'll thank yourself for avoiding the summer heat. Quick note, before we go further, we're skipping the museum today. We're here for the Black Madonna and the scenery, and that's more than enough. But we're here now, and as you can see, they packed those tramways. No personal space up here. One important tip: wear hiking shoes out here, even just moving between the stations in the town. You're going to be climbing. Don't show up in sandals. By the way, in English, Montserrat literally means the serrated mountain, and when you see the shape of it, you'll understand why some people believe it was carved by angels. But it is nature at work, and nature absolutely showed off here. Here is the train I mentioned earlier that drops you right at Montserrat's doorstep. Pretty convenient. So the first thing we're doing is heading all the way to the top, and for that we're taking the funicular tram. We visited in the summer, and yes, it was very hot. If you want it cooler and less crowded, come in spring or fall. A round trip on the funicular de Saint-Jean costs €15. This is the funicular that takes you to the highest viewpoints from the base. The views up here are absolutely unreal. If you want the trails and viewpoints below the base instead, that's the funicular de Santa Cova. Pro tip: stand at the back for the best views. From back here, you get a perfect view of the monastery and the entire town. And today, crystal clear skies couldn't have asked for better. Some parts of the route make it very clear just how steep this climb actually is. It is no joke. This is where the other funicular crosses past us. The line is mostly single track, so they passed each other at just one point. One of the roof windows was open to let fresh air in. Small detail, but a nice touch. The higher we go, the more jaw-dropping the views get. Seriously, look at this. Alright, we made it to the top. The funicular drops you at the very summit, and from here, you can see what's on the completely other side of the mountain. Mind-blowing. While we're up here, let's talk food real quick. The town of Montserrat has plenty of spots to eat and drink. I grabbed a ham sandwich for lunch near the monastery. Simple, but honestly hit the spot. As we walk the trail, you can see the sky starting to get a little hazy. It also got seriously windy up here. Mountain updrafts are no joke, which is exactly why we couldn't fly the drone. Nature said no. Alright, let's head back down to see the Black Madonna. The Santa Maria de Montserrat Abbey, home of the Black Madonna, is Catalonia's most important pilgrimage site, and it has held that title for over 1,000 years. That is an almost incomprehensible amount of time. Napoleon's troops burned it to the ground in 1811 and 1812 during the Peninsular War, one of the darkest moments in this site's history. It was rebuilt between 1858 and 1881 and reclaimed its place as the cultural and spiritual heart of the Catalonian people. We've now completed the return trip, but there's something important I want to add. The Abbey also survived the Spanish Civil War in the late 1930s. The Catalonian government stepped in and protected it from looting and destruction. The Black Madonna itself was hidden by the monks, and a copy was placed in its spot, but 22 monks were executed during the war. Let that sink in. Today, around 70 to 80 monks still live in the Abbey and carry on the spiritual tradition. They have been praying and working on this mountain since 1025, over 1,000 years of unbroken devotion. As we walk through, notice how quiet it is in here. That's intentional and expected. Complete silence is required when visiting the Black Madonna, the world's most famous Black Madonna shrine. So, shh. From this angle, you can already see where the Black Madonna is overlooking the very center of the monastery. Those stairs on the right take you straight up to her. She is also known as the Black Virgin. The entire statue is protected by a glass cover, except for the orb she holds in her hand. That part is left exposed so pilgrims and visitors can touch it. Touching the orb is how people seek Mary's blessing. Every single visitor gets a few private minutes alone with the statue that is over 800 years old, discovered back in the 12th century. While you're up here, take a moment to absorb the interior. This is the only vantage point where you can truly take it all in. I came all the way up here for this moment, and it did not disappoint. What I find generally fascinating is the diversity within Christian devotion, both historically and culturally. Her legacy is the blend of traditions from across centuries, and her dark skin, it wasn't originally meant to represent racial diversity. It is spiritual symbolism and the natural darkening of ancient wood over time. And just like that, our Montserrat day trip is basically wrapped up. Pilgrims and tourists from all over the world come here to feel something, and walking through this hallway lined with candles, you understand why. You pay to light one, and look at how many are already waiting on those shelves. Thousands of intentions all in one room. In case you're wondering, the wait to see the Black Madonna is usually between 20 and 45 minutes. Plan accordingly. Final verdict. Yes, Montserrat is absolutely worth a day trip from Barcelona. On a clear day like today, it is spectacular. On our way back down on the Heart de Montserrat, we ride straight into the golden afternoon light, the perfect ending to the perfect day. Come in the morning, leave in the afternoon, and the sun will be at your back almost the entire time. Nature literally lights your way. If you want more trips like this, subscribe to JT on the Go and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn for weekly content. If you're in the Catalonia region and need a break from the city, Montserrat is the answer. Catalonia's most important pilgrimage site. Take care.